A long time ago, a great king called Sultan ruled China. Sultan was very rich. He lived in a beautiful palace with his family. The palace had many rooms for the princess. She needed many rooms because she had many things. All the rooms were filled to the ceiling with his things. She loved receiving gifts that were of great value. Every time her father went somewhere, he would bring a gift for his daughter on his return. If a guest came to visit the palace, he always brought a gift for the princess. All the people of the country had heard that the princess had everything she liked. When the princess's birthday came around, the sultan would have already bought her a present. But this princess's birthday came every week, whereas everyone else's birthday comes once a year. "We celebrated your birthday last week," said her father. "Very well indeed," said the princess to her father. "It does not matter. I will be celebrating my birthday again this week." As the princess grew up, she accumulated many gifts. More rooms were needed to keep them. As soon as she got one thing, she started thinking about other things she wanted. One day the princess saw a beautiful fountain in the garden of a rich man. He saw the water fly up into the air and then fall into the small pool below. Obviously, it was a beautiful sight. The scene looks even more beautiful, especially when the sun's rays fall on it. The princess returns to the palace and asks her sage for the fountain. The sultan ordered his servants to make a beautiful fountain. The employees worked very hard. When they finished the work, the princess came to see the beautiful fountain. "That's really nice!" she exclaimed happily. He looked at the splashing water. A small drop of water dripped on his hand and slid to the tip of his finger. He lingered on the tip of her finger for a few seconds. The drop glistened in the sunlight. The princess looked at the drop with a faint smile. He said, "Father, there is one more thing that I want. I want a cute little necklace that hangs beautifully around my neck." She finished the sentence. "But you already have thousands of necklaces," Sultan said in surprise. "That necklace will be completely different." The princess replied, "I want only one thing, and that is a necklace made of water drops." Sultan asked in surprise, "Water drops? But how can one make a necklace out of water drops?" "I don't care how this necklace is made," said the princess. "I want it anyway, because till date I have not found any such thing. I will not wear this necklace the next time we have a feast." The prince's tone was stubborn. Sultan remained silent. The next day he sent his slaves to call the best jeweler in the country. "I want you to make a special necklace for my daughter." He ordered jeweler. "Actually, I want you to make a necklace of transparent drops of water for my daughter." "But sir, how can I do this?" cried poor jeweler. "I don't care how you do it." The sultan's head began to ache and the sultan said, "But start the work." The jeweler went back to his shop and started working. He collected different kinds of threads and filled a jar with some water. Then he put his hand into the jar and took it back. He put the few drops of water that got on his hand into the thread, and then he repeated the same process again. But the drops of water slipped and fell on the ground. He tried to make the drops stay on the thread, but the same thing happened as before. The drops fell again. He tried again and again to make the necklace, but all his efforts proved unsuccessful. He returned to the sultan's palace and told the sultan that he could not do it. Sultan was very angry. He wanted him to punish Hari. He ordered his soldiers to throw jeweler into the darkest dungeon of the palace. Soon the prison was full. One day an old man arrived at the palace. "Are you jeweler?" asked the sultan. "No, I am a beggar," the old man replied. "But I have heard of your trouble. Can you make a necklace out of water drops?" asked the sultan happily. "Absolutely," replied the old man. "It is very simple indeed, but I need a little help." "I am the sultan," said the sultan. "I can provide you with all kinds of help. Tell me what you need help with." "I need the help of the princess to collect the drops of water for me." The old man said, "When the princess collects the drops of water for me, I will thread them into the thread. This necklace will look great, I promise." The sultan sent for the princess. He listened to the old man and smiled happily. She ran to the fountain and made a cup with her hands and started filling it with water. But when she returned, her hands were empty. "No problem," the old man said. "Go again and bring some drops of water. I am waiting here for you." The princess again went to the fountain and collected the drops of water. But when she reached the beggar, her hands were empty. She realized that no one can make a necklace out of water drops. "It is impossible, you foolish girl," said the beggar. "If you cannot collect drops of water, how can I make a necklace for you?" The princess bowed her head in shame. "And how can all those jewelers make a necklace for you?" The beggar kept saying, "Stupid girl." He repeated and left. When Sultan thought about the beggar's words, he also understood that he too had become a fool. He opened the prison and sent all the jewelers back to their homes. Later, the Sultan did not give his daughter any more gifts. He even sold his daughter's best gifts and sent the money to the jewelers he imprisoned. The princess also gave away many of her possessions to the poor people of China. She has become a very nice, quiet, and kind girl. She now celebrates her birthday once a year like everyone else.